Hello, my name is Abigail Adams, and I'm a student at Virginia Tech in the Animal Agriculture and Environment class. Today I will be talking about the Streambank Protection Best Management Practice, or BMP. To start, I would like to say that all links in the slideshow will be linked in the video description if you want to know more about Streambank Protection. So let's get into it. What is a BMP? BMP stands for Best Management Practice. These are plans that, when put into place, help protect and conserve natural resources from pollutants. These natural resources can include surface water, groundwater, and land resources such as pastures. BMPs can be structural or managerial. Structural BMPs involve building something to help with the prevention of pollution, like a waste pond or fencing, while managerial BMPs involve different ways to farm that could help reduce pollution, like grazing rotation or conservational tillage. One type of best management practice is called streambank protection, which is what it sounds like, protecting the banks of the stream. This can also be referred to as stream exclusion or livestock exclusion. Stream exclusion is essentially excluding the stream from one's pastures and creating a new water source for livestock. Livestock exclusion is when a farmer excludes their livestock from the stream system. This can come in the form of a buffer or field border. A buffer, also known as a riparian buffer, is a best management practice that works with a watershed management plan to prevent the runoff of nitrogen and other minerals from entering surface water. To create a buffer, plant different types of vegetation around the stream or whatever body of water you have. The roots of these plants act as a filtration system and filter the minerals out of runoff water. A field border is basically a fence or similar structure that keeps livestock or wildlife out of a body of water. Besides nutrient runoff, streambank protection includes preventing erosion. If a watershed has a large amount of water runoff, soil will be eroded into the body of water, and if livestock have access to a body of water, they will erode the bank when they climb in and out of the water. The same type of prevention methods used in nutrient runoff will also work for erosion. Another way to prevent erosion would be to set up a riprap or wall of rocks on the area that is being eroded, and we will see an example of riprap in a later slide. So the first step to enacting any best management practice is to determine the source of pollution or erosion, and this will help you decide the best course of action. If the majority of your pollution to the stream is nutrient runoff or is erosion from heavy rainfall, then a buffer would be the best course of action. However, if the main source of pollution is erosion from livestock activity, then a field border would be the best way to go. Next, set a goal. Remember that the main goal of streambank protection is to prevent erosion and pollution, so your goal should be centered around supporting the streambank and maintaining water integrity. Then, come up with a plan. Every plan is site-specific, and the details will vary depending on the farm or even location along the body of water. These details can include how wide your buffer should be, what kind of vegetation to plant in your buffer, or whether or not you need a riprap wall. Finally, you have to carry out the plan. All BMPs require continuous monitoring and maintenance. You cannot enact a buffer and never touch it again. You have to monitor the area for heavy erosion or test for pollutants in the water on a regular basis. For fences or walls built around the body of water, check for insecurities or weak spots that your animals may exploit. Let's run through an example so you can see how a streambank protection plan is put in place and maintained. In this photo, we see some beef cattle standing in a stream. A large amount of beef farmers allow their cattle to access bodies of water as a drinking source. This is a cheap and effective way to ensure the herd has access to water. However, it does mean that the cattle are polluting the water, whether by defecating in it or by erosion of the bank. You can see some erosion of this bank in the background of this picture. This link here is the source of the photo, but also describes more ways that cattle can pollute the water and how fencing them out can decrease pollution and increase overall herd health. Some of the reasons include decreased sores and leg injuries and increased calf survival. Fences like this one, as well as the growth of heavy grasses like the ones seen here, will help prevent erosion as the roots will hold all the dirt together and the fence keeps livestock from trampling over everything. This image represents a riprap wall. Recall that this kind of buffer is used to prevent erosion. And this image is a good representation of a vegetative buffer. Thank you for listening, and I hope this helps you implement a Streambank Protection BMP at your facility.